Hello friends, welcome to ADO.NET tutorial. In this video, we will implement the merge feature. So the merge method of DataSet takes a data table and merges it. Right? If you see, we are calling the merge method on the dataset itself, and we are giving the merge method a new incoming data table. So the dataset already has a data table and there is a incoming data table. So both will get merged. Right? Let's state that the data table is, dataset is already having a data table. And to this merge method, let's state that we are giving one more data table. Right? So what happens? The incoming data table, so this is the incoming one, will get merged with the data table that present in the dataset. So that's how we use the merge method. Name of the incoming data table should match with the name of the data table contained in the dataset. Say for example, if it is named as data table 1, then incoming table name should also match with that. We should have data table 1 here as well, right? So when you ask for the merge, when this dataset contains multiple data table, right, it knows where it should merge. So based on the data table name and incoming data table name, so when these two names are matching, then it will try to merge the incoming with the existing data table. And when it is merging, it will make use of the primary key. Right here, if you see, the matching columns are 5 and 4. So 3 is not matching. 2, 1, all the stuffs are not matching. Only these stuff will get added. And if you look at 6, this is not matching, so a new row will be added. So that's what we are going to see now. The merge will look for the primary key column, right, and takes the below action. When row does not match, like this is 6, 7, right, 7 also will get added. When row does not match with the primary key column of the dataset's data table, right, it adds new incoming column. And if you see, 6 and 7s are added here. Right? When row matches with the primary key column, existing row is updated with the incoming value. So if you look at here, we have 4 that is matching, 5 that's also matching. So the columns are updated here from the incoming column. Since ID is matching, if there is different value here, those are all get replaced by the incoming columns. Alright, now let's go to the demo and see how the merge method works. Now we will make use of this in-memory table and perform the merge action, right? So what we will do, we will declare a new data table here. So this will be the incoming data table, right? At present we are keeping it as null. Alright, right? So here we declared the variable. Now let's go to our form properties and we will implement the load event, right? Here we will be having the ex01 duplicates load, and in here we will create the in-memory customer table with the matching schema and data table name. So if you see here, we are already creating a table, right, that loads the database table here, right? We are having the data table retrieved, right, using the select query. So based on that, here we are creating the same in-memory table with the same data type. So for that, we have to go to SQL Server and take the customer ID. Everything is string here. So we are creating the matching in-memory data table, right? Data table, then customer table dot column equal to data column collection, right? Here we created the in-memory table and we retrieved the columns collection. Then we are adding 4 matching column to that column collection. Finally, we are naming our customer table as customers. And if you see here, when we are loading in the load button click event, right, we are retrieving the data table, right, from the query, and we are naming it as customers. Here we are naming our in-memory table also customers. As already told in the PowerPoint slide we saw, right, the data table name should match. So that's why we are giving the same data table name as well as matching schema name here. So now our data table is ready with the columns. Next, we will bind this to the data grid view, and if you see here, we named this as DGV cust table, right? And here from this is the data grid view, right? We are accessing the data source property and we are assigning our customers table here. So here we are binding our in-memory table to the grid view, data grid view. After that, we are setting a width, customized width for each column. Next, we will go to our form and implement the add to table click event. So user will enter the content here. When they click add customer, it will get added to the data grid view, which was loaded from the DB. So when user clicks add to table, it will add the rows and forms the in-memory content. So now let's do that. Here if you see, we are creating a new row from our customer table, right? Customer table, we declared it as a class member, just like a DS customer, dataset customer. Here we declared data table customers table, and we are creating a new row. Then we are populating that new row and adding the row, right? Since this data table is already bound to the in-memory table, whenever you add content, that will get refreshed. Now let's check this. So you can see, since it is already bound, this is working. Right? So we are forming the in-memory table. Next, what we have to do, we have to use the merge method and see how it is working here. So here it will be simple. We will use the try catch method, and here ds customer is our dataset name, and you can see that here ds customer dataset, and we are loading that dataset in the load customer button click event, right? And dt, the customers table is the one we are forming, right, on the form load event, and we can populate that using the add to table click, right? Finally, in the merge method, we are calling the merge on the dataset, and we are giving our in-memory data table, right? So when primary key is present, it will perform the merge, and we will see that now. Before that, we will use this clear grid also. So if you want to test it multiple times, then you can do that. ds customer clear and ds customer dot reset. All right, now let's run this. We will load the customer. We will add unique key constraint, and we will also add primary key constraint, because that will help in forming the in-memory table. And let me give right. So add to table, and if you say this is given sample content, we will add one more. So if you see, these are two rows in the in-memory table, but the IDs are not matching. Now we will pick some duplicate here, bullet, right, and we will use right add to table, and if you see, we will use bullet here, add to table, right? So this bullet is the duplicate here, and let's see how it is performing the merge, and all these three are new incoming rows. Now let's call for the merge, and if you see, before calling this merge, we already added the unique as well as a primary key. There is no duplicate, and let's click merge here. And if you see here, the content is changed, bullet Daniel Jacob 2. Since primary key is matching, the content is changed here, right? And now the country is France. Previously it was different country, and Daniel Jacob 2 is updated here based on this bullet. And all other three rows, if you see, that will get inserted, right? KLJ TY, Kumar Sinha, Daniel Marty. So that's how the merge method will work. So clearing the grid will clear this, and if you want, you can load and you can try with a different set of data. That's all here in this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.